It's a great day, ladies and gentlemen, to be back in Polar Bear Arena after being on the road for quite a few days lately. Lots of stuff going on. Lots of things and whatnot going on. And it's been a great day so far. And we're going to be getting things going shortly. You guys may remember last time we were live on the air, we actually played the same team that we're going to be playing today. And we're actually nearing the end of the season. Just 2 weeks left for these ladies as they try to make one final impact as we go along. And it's going to be a great game as we get into action today. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Mr. Bivens here, your local music teacher at UPA, here in the Polar Bear Igloo as our volleyball team gets ready to take on the Eagles of Concord Academy. Now, as you just heard, we did play Concord Academy for a scrimmage the last time you saw us. We had some technical difficulties with sound, but things should be much better today. Now, they're going to be starting warm-ups at 4:15, and the actual game will not begin until 4:30. So we'll be ready for that. On our production staff today, our lead producer is Peyton Bell. You guys have been used to having him all season, but now, back with me, having been on the regular broadcast, and now I'm just moving to live stream for a couple of games. Our camera operator today, Brooklyn Wilkins, is hanging out with me, and she's actually just chuckling in front of me, hearing that. But it's all okay. All is well. Don't give me that look, Brooklyn. All is well. All right. So our teams are going to be continuing to warm up. All right. So they're still working a few things out here. Like I said, we will be actually starting warm-ups in just a few minutes. Like I said, only a few games remaining for our team, and that will be pulling up that schedule now. Concord Academy today, obviously. Tomorrow they play Trinity Episcopal. For those of you who follow UPA's boys soccer team, they will also be playing Trinity Episcopal over at Chestnut Square Park in a home game of their own. And then on Thursday, our club team has a home game, but we will not be televising that game. So if you want to see the club team, you need to be here in person for it. That'll be a 4:15 game, regular game atmosphere. But just we will not be televising it unless they give me direction otherwise. Next week, they'll be playing Westminster Catawba down in Fort Mill, South Carolina. There is a game possibly that Wednesday, and then on the 18th is the last game of the season and 8th grade night as they take on Comenius School, both the club team and the varsity team. We got to figure it out. All right. Yep, our production staff hard at work. But it is all coming together here, and that's pretty much that. All right, well, what we're going to do, because we still have a little bit of time while the festivities, yeah, I call them festivities, not necessarily a game, but it is a game, are getting started, we're actually going to let you guys check out warm-ups, and we'll be back with you all shortly.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to today's volleyball contest taking place between the Eagles of Concord Academy and your Union Prep Polar Bears. Union Prep Academy Athletics Program promotes good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators. We request your cooperation by supporting the participants and officials in a positive manner. Inappropriate comments or other intimidating actions directed at officials, student athletes, coaches, team or school representatives will not be tolerated and may be grounds for removal from the site of competition. At this time, we ask that you please stand and remove your hats as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem. Thank you, everyone. Now, let's meet the lineups for today's game. First, let's welcome the visiting team from Concord, North Carolina, the Eagles of Concord Academy. Playing for the Eagles, number 3, Lily Hardis. Number 4, Emma Freeman. Number 5, Lonnie Bennett. Number 6, Presley Vollendorf. Number 7, Malia Claude. Number 9, Edie Gerard. Number 10, Justice Alexander. Number 11, Lillian York. Number 12, Catherine Clark. Number 13, Mae Blair. And number 14, Carly Mosley. And now, let's hear it for the home team, your Union Prep Polar Bears. Lineups for the Polar Bears, number 2, Maddie Adler. Number 3, Georgia Lawrence. Number 5, Brooklyn Green. Number 6, Jaya Crowder. Number 7, Josie Sellers. Number 8, Amina Sankar. Number 9, Camden Williams. Number 10, Janice Wilson. Number 11, Malia Joy Mazaria. Number 12, Janice Justice. Number 15, Kate Pena Herrera. And number 17, Jade Brown. Correction, number 16. All right, it's time for Polar Bear Volleyball.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main event.
All right, it's time to get action on here, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be ready to get things started here shortly as the Polar Bears take on Concord Academy, getting ready for the first set. Concord is going to serve first as we get things rolling. Concord will serve first for set 1.
Point, Eagles. Point Eagles. That's number 9, Edie Girard, serving for the Eagles. Out of bounds, point, Polar Bears. Now serving for the Polar Bears, number 5, Brooklyn Green. Ace serve.
All right, and Brooklyn puts another one over. That's 2 straight aces for Brooklyn so far. I'll say when she's in her game, she can definitely put them down. She'll get her 3rd serve right now as the Polar Bears lead 3-2. And that 3rd serve is over. Tries to hit it, hits it from behind. Looks like the 3rd hit will be safe. Gonna keep things going. That one's just over, and Polar Bears lost the communication.
Point Eagles. Now serving for the Eagles, number 4, Emma Freeman.
And Concord will get it back. There will be a sub.
Entering for the Polar Bears, number 16, Jay Brown.
All right, now Emma Freeman will go to the line and serve it. Gets it right over on her first try. Green's there for the hit. Williams sets up the second, and Crowder puts it over for the 3rd on a free ball. Concord looking for a 3rd hit. It's a nice strong one off of Pena Herrera's shoulder.
Point Eagles.
And Freeman will continue the serve as they take the lead back 4-3. Nice underhand serve, goes right over. Lawrence is there for the pickup. Williams the second hit, and Brown with the put over, quick, easy attack. Concord sends it back on a double end set. Green tries to get there, but it's not enough, and no one's there to help her as the Eagles score again.
Point Eagles.
Just so you guys know, I am using the same microphone for both in-house and out-of-house, so you will hear me between both with this one mic. And that one is out of bounds.
Out of bounds, point Polar Bears. Now serving for the Polar Bears, number 12, Janice Justice.
All right, Janice will set up at the line. And nice strong serve over, does stay in, and Concord can't keep it in.
Point Polar Bears.
Skeleton crowd today. Not too many people here for this one. We weren't able to let our fans know about this game before today, so that probably is part of it. But our club team is here supporting as well.
Point Polar Bears.
All right, Kate puts it over, and it's in. All right, Janice puts another one over, and that's her 3rd ace.
Timeout, Concord.
So Concord takes timeout here with the score 7-5 in the favor of the Polar Bears. Doing a lot of good things well. Communication is definitely up. That was one of Coach Tart and Coach Morgan's keys to the game. Being able to communicate, slow things down, and most importantly with any student sport, have fun. I will tell you guys that I know for a fact that my mother is watching from home, and our production assistants' parents are watching too. So hello to all of you. We appreciate all of you that are, of course, watching. Keeping things going here as the clock expires on the timeout, and Justice will serve. for her fourth serve. All right, Justice puts this one over there. Quick in communication. It's right at the net, but it's over on the second hit. Oh, Jade can't quite save it. She's going for another one, but that one's out of bounds.
Out of bounds, point, Eagles. Now serving for the Eagles, number 14, Carly Mosley.
All right, and Mosley will go back. Nice underhand serve, but it is short.
Short serve, point, Polar Bears. Now serving for the Polar Bears, the libero, number 3, Georgia Lawrence.
All right, starts out nice and strong here, gets it right over off the face of number 4, actually. Third hit must go over, and it is there. Lawrence is there for the first hit. Pena Herrera for the second, and Crowder puts it over, and not quite enough. Thought it would be, but
point, Polar Bears.
Concord can't get it past the first hit. All right, Lawrence will go back for a second hit. 9-6, the score. Her second serve remains in. It's a nice, powerful one. Still playable off the vent, but they are unable to, and Lawrence will get her third serve. All right, the whistle is there to begin the serve. Nice one.
Point, Polar Bears.
As it ricochets off the air vent again into the net. 11-6, Polar Bears.
Point, Eagles. Now serving for the Eagles, number 5, Lundy Benham.
Our administrative staff is here deep today. Our principal, Mrs. Simpson, and assistant principal, Ms. Hogan. I'm sure Mrs. Williams will be here later too, as her daughter is on the team.
Out of bounds, point, Polar Bears.
All right, a little challenge there as they thought the ball was touched. It was not. And Camden will go back to serve. She hasn't been announced in yet, so I'll get her in just a second. All right, it's there. Third ball over, didn't get over.
Point, Polar Bears. Currently serving for the Polar Bears, number 9, Camden Williams.
All right, there we go. We're all caught up. Nice floater over, up, and can't help it.
Point, Polar Bears.
14-7 the score, as the Polar Bears getting out on a pretty good lead. Williams will serve again. Another one just over Concord's there. Third hit has to go. Number 9's going to take it. Gets put right back.
Point, Polar Bears. Timeout, Concord.
All right, at game reset, guys, 15-7, Polar Bears with a pretty big lead. Our club team line judging today's game. Like I said for you guys, big week of action in sports here at UPA. Our boys soccer team and our volleyball team once again have another game tomorrow, both home against Trinity Episcopal. Our soccer team, for those of you who are watching and want to go, that'll be at Chestnut Square Park about 5 to 10 minutes from school. And both games will begin at 4:15. Coach Tyler very ready for that one, as they don't normally beat them, but came very, very close. All right, Williams gets another good serve off the line, and no help.
Point, Polar Bears.
All right, ball is coming back. Williams will continue to serve. 16-7. Last time against Concord, this first set was very, very tight. It actually went into overage points. Another one off of her face. Goes over as a free ball. However, that one's out of play.
Point, Eagles. Now serving for the Eagles, number 10, Justice Alexander.
All right, and she'll have a nice, strong, high serve. Justice is there to put it right back over. Concord in action, gets it over on the second hit. It's free. Lawrence is there. Penarera for the second hit. The third hit's not going to make it over.
4-hit violation. Point, Eagles.
All right, next hit is over. It is in. And Concord will take the ace off of that, as the score is 16-10.
Now entering for the Eagles, number 3, Lily Hartis.
As Alexander will continue to serve. Another high, strong serve. Lawrence is there. It's not going over right away and gets caught in the net.
Point, Eagles.
And the Eagles will score. A little coaching from Coach Morgan there to try to help things along. All right, we continue. Alexander's going to let it drop and take a reserve. Nice reprieve. Williams knocks it out of bounds.
Point, Eagles. Timeout, Polar Bears.
So the Polar Bears will take timeout as Concord catches up 16-12. Still pretty decent game so far. Letting them get in their heads just a little bit, but we'll see what happens along the way. All right, we continue. All right, back into action, 16-12. Polar Bears still lead by 4. As Alexander will pick the ball back up and continue to serve. Strong hit here. Williams is there, but knocks it out of bounds again. She was faced out the other way, and that's what caused that. The ball will always go which way you face it. 16-13. Another one. This time no one's there. Polar Bear ladies need to be just a little bit more aggressive. Another strong hit. Justice gets this one over. Breaks the previous momentum. Third hit does make it. Pena Herrera's there to get it back over. All right, third hit's coming over. Williams has the first. Lawrence with the second, and Crowder will finish it off. However, Concord's there to pick it up. It goes over now, and no one's there to communicate.
Point, Eagles.
And the Eagles have gotten just 1 point from tying this game after being down as many as 7 points. That one was in.
Point, Eagles.
And we currently have a tie game. All right, we continue on here. Alexander will serve yet again. That's a nice low one to the net. That one doesn't make it.
Point, Polar Bears. Now serving for the Polar Bears, number 15, Kate Pena Herrera.
All right, Kate will pick up the ball. She's had some serving issues lately, so let's see what happens as she puts the first one over and gets it over the net. Concord's there. It's over, but it might be out of bounds. They did touch it, so Concord will get the point.
Point, Eagles. Now serving for the Eagles, number 6, Presley Vollendorf.
And we are tied at 17 as she takes her first serve. It's a nice slow underhand serve. Crowder's there to put it over. It needs some help. Concord's second hit's going. Lawrence has the first. Justice with the second. And Green will get the third. But Concord's there to put it right back over. Crowder tries to kill it. It's not enough. And back line playing a little bit too far back. Doesn't get there.
Point, Eagles.
And the Eagles take the lead, 18-17. Polar Bears need something to break this momentum and get things going back in their direction. Lawrence has the first. Green goes ahead and knocks it over. All right, third hit's going to go ahead and go over. Crowder's there to save it. Concord's third hit's going to go, and Lawrence is there for the first. Justice is there for the second. It's already over.
Point, Eagles. Timeout, Polar Bears.
Big momentum shift in the game so far here. 19-17 as the Eagles now move into the lead after being down as many by 7. Both teams are now out of timeout, so this is going to be just clear play through the rest of the first set. Concord Academy will take the floor again with the lead by 2. Good serve from the Eagles here. Green will go ahead and knock it over. Oh, and that one off the arrow.
Point, Polar Bears. Now serving for the Polar Bears, number 6, Jaya Crowder.
This will be Jaya's first serve of the game. Goes straight over. Concord's not going to have any help there. It'll hit the net.
Point, Polar Bears.
Jaya will take her second serve. It's over, and no one's there.
Point, Polar Bears.
As the Polar Bears take the lead back 20-19. Crowder will continue with her third serve. I kind of wonder if she'll get a serve pattern like Alexander just had. We'll see. Could be useful right here. That one straight over. Justice is there for the save. Second hit's going over. And Brown is there to save it. It's not enough. It's just over the net. They're going to play it back and get it back over. Williams is there for the first hit. Jaya has the second. It's going over now. Concord with a strong second hit. Crowder's there to save it, but it's out of bounds.
Out of bounds. Point, Eagles. Now serving for the Eagles, number 9, Edie Girard.
We're tied at 20. She has a really good overhand serve from Jade. Puts that one over. Looked really good. Third hit. Goes over free. Brown's there to save it again. That one's going over stronger, and that one's dead.
Point, Eagles.
Eagles had to fight hard for that one as they take the lead back 21-20. This is starting to look like the last game, actually, where, like I said, it went into extra points in the first set. Another strong hit. Williams knocks you out of bounds on the first hit.
Point, Eagles.
Eagles with a short serve.
Short serve. Point, Polar Bears. Now serving for the Polar Bears. Number 5, Brooklyn Green.
And we'll see what. All right, and Brooklyn puts that one over for an ace.
Point, Polar Bears. Now entering for the Eagles, number 14, Carly Mosley.
All right, and Green will put this one over, and no one's communicating.
Point, Polar Bears.
As the Polar Bears take the lead back, 23-22. Green will get her third serve. Let's see if she can keep the momentum going. Green back on the line, nice calm serve. This time they're there, and Concord gets that point.
Point, Eagles. Now serving for the Eagles, number 4, Emma Freeman.
All right, we are tied at 23. Let's see what they can do to keep this alive. And Freeman will go with an underhand serve, but no one's there to communicate. Slight breakdown between the back line.
Game point, Concord.
Concord serving for the game. Gets it over. Justice is there with the first hit. Goes right back over. Brown's there to save it. It's going right back over. Not sure who that was, but that's it.
Double hit violation. Point, Eagles. That's the end of the first set. Your score, Concord 25, Union Prep 23.
All right, so action will continue in 3 minutes. We'll be right back with you guys. Fans, now it's your turn to make some noise here. Fans, let me hear you right here. No one gets it, huh? It's called the Hey Song for a reason. Special shout out to our line judges, Michaela Rodriguez and Katie Guittard, helping keep the fort down today. And our referee, Rob Thomas. Fans, we're back in volleyball action again tomorrow at home against Trinity Episcopal School. That game will be at 4:15. Our boys soccer team will be playing them as well off-site at Chestnut Square Park, not too far from here. Keep getting in on the action and come support your fellow Polar Bears. I'll play it on the next set. It's okay. I'll play it on the next set. Union Prep will serve first for set 2. All right, and we are underway. Serving for the Pole Bears, number 5, Brooklyn Green. All right, so Brooklyn will serve first in this set. Nice, strong serve. Point, Polar Bears. And she's off to a flying start, ladies and gentlemen. All right, we keep it going here. That one just over, but it is out of bounds. Out of bounds. Point, Polar Bears. You guys at home, can you hear me okay through here? Let me turn your audience mics back on so you guys can actually hear what's going on in the game as well. I know it gets a little boring with just me talking.
Point, Eagles. Serving first for the Eagles, number 9, Edie Girard.
All right, Girard's in place. Nice strong serve form. That one's right over to Pena Herrera, but Pena Herrera knocks it out of bounds.
Point, Eagles. Ball bounce.
All right, and Girard will roll again here as we're tied 2-all.
Out of bounds. Point, Polar Bears. Serving second for the Polar Bears, number 12, Janice Justice.
All right, we're going to keep it rolling here. And she'll put her first serve over. Needs a little bit of help. It's a violation.
Lift. Point, Polar Bears.
So a lift, ladies and gentlemen, those of you watching at home, means you can't touch the ball for too long.
Point, Eagles. Out of bounds, point, Polar Bears. Now serving for the Polar Bears, number 3, Georgia Lawrence.
All right, so libero, defensive specialist, is going to serve here. Gets it up. It is just over.
Point, Polar Bears.
Actually thought there was a lift coming there, but it looked like it was actually okay. Lawrence will serve again. 6-3, Polar Bears in the lead.
Point, Polar Bears.
So fans, at times we're going to be dealing with some choppy footage. The computer we're using is not cut out for this. It's my regular classroom computer. So let's see how things go. Lawrence gets this one over. This one may have a return. That's 2. Third hit goes just over and goes down.
Point, Eagles. Now serving for the Eagles, number 4, Emma Freeman.
All right, setting up for her serve very calmly here. It's an underhand, just over. Green is there to save it. Pena Herrera puts it over and saves a third hit. All right, they'll get it just over the net, and it's just enough, but that's out of bounds.
Out of bounds. Point, Eagles.
Polar Bears still hold a 7-5 lead as Freeman continues to serve. Underhand serve a little bit higher this time. Williams tried for that one. but it is defended. Alexander's there. Green with a hard hit.
Brooklyn Green! Point, Polar Bears. Timeout, Eagles.
And the Eagles will take their first timeout with 8-5 the score for the Polar Bears. Been dealing with some of the sound issues for you guys. Hopefully things are all right. Both teams take the floor back. Get the Polar Bears up 8-5.
For the Polar Bears, number 9, Camden Williams.
Didn't even realize we had a serve change here, but that's okay. Williams with a nice strong serve. It's touched. That will be a point.
Point, Polar Bears.
That ball was probably going out of bounds. Or it could have been hit, not exactly sure. But we'll see. Williams will serve again. Williams' second serve is another powerful one. Miscommunication on the hit.
Point, Polar Bears.
And the Polar Bears will get that one too. Currently 10-5 for the Polar Bears. You probably heard me talking about the scoring in volleyball earlier. So for those of you who are watching for the first time, volleyball is a game of 25 points per set. You have to score.
Point, Polar Bears.
The winning team has to score 25 points and win the set by 2. If they're not ahead by 2, the game continues until somebody does. The first team to win 2 sets wins the entire match. There is a third set that goes to 15 if it's 1-1 after this. Williams will go up with their next hit. Another nice strong one. Concord slows it down. Lawrence is there with a single hitter, and that's dead.
Point, Polar Bears. Now entering for the Eagles, number 6, Presley Vollendorf, and number 14, Carly Mosley.
Williams will continue to serve, 12-5. Strong hit. She's there this time. Third hit is out of play.
Point, Polar Bears.
All right, and Williams will continue to serve. And that one's out of bounds. Errant hit there. Turn just a little bit.
Point, Eagles. Now serving for the Eagles, number 5, Lundy Bell. Point, Eagles.
And that one remains in. Polar Bears misread it. It's easy to misread a ball that's behind you. And they're going to fix the hole for this next hit. Nice overhand. Justice is there for the hit. Alexander sets it up for Gerard, and Alexander back over. Pena Herrera puts it over. Still looking for something. That's on Lawrence. She's there. Pena Herrera for the second hit. And Crowder saves a third hit. This ball is still in play, ladies and gentlemen. It's one of the biggest rallies that have been played in this game so far. Second hit goes over. Williams with a light first. Green gets it over. It's not going to be enough.
Point, Polar Bears. Point, Eagles. Now serving for the Eagles, number 10, Justice Alexander.
And Alexander will go up with a nice strong serve, but it's short.
Point, Polar Bears. Now serving for the Polar Bears, number 6, Jaya Crowder. But before that, a substitution. Now entering for the Polar Bears, number 7, Josie Sellers.
Josie Sellers, a high school player. Which we only have 9th grade, so it's really like 8th because we missed an entire season. Sellers will go up, but this one's going way out of bounds.
Point, Eagles. Now serving for the Eagles, number 14, Carly Mosley.
Polar Bears remain with the lead. It's 15-9. A tap, and that's over.
Point, Eagles.
We have trouble playing balls that are close to the net. I can tell you that from having watched this. 15-10 lead for the Polar Bears as Concord continues to close in. Another underhand serve here. Pena Herrera's there, but a little bit out of hand there. Slightly poor trajectory.
Point, Eagles.
And it's now a 4-point game. Green's there for the return. That one's over on a second. Williams pushes it back. Lawrence for a second. It has to go over. Williams is forced to send it as a free ball. Pena Herrera puts it over on the first try. And Sellers puts it right back, and she's going again. It's not enough. Concord's still bringing this thing out. Lawrence is there for the first hit. Justice has a second, and Green with the third. Concord getting ready to send it over on a second. Lawrence is there for the first again. This time Williams for the second. And Green again with another free ball for the third. This rally is still going. All right, we'll see what the Polar Bears can do with it. Williams goes and sends it over. It's a hard hit. Pena Herrera gets it off, and Justice is able to save it. We're still in play here. Lawrence has the first hit. We're still going. Pena Herrera with the second. Can Williams get it over? Yes, it goes over. We are still rolling here, ladies and gentlemen. A light tap, and it's still in play, but it's out of bounds.
Point, Eagles.
Fans, if you can sense me getting just a little loud, don't worry. It's just me. You see me in basketball, you know that. Mosley will continue to serve. Green gets the first hit right back over. They're in communication. Justice gets it. It's a light one. Gerard's there. Second hit. Pena Herrera. It's just over for a third. Pena Herrera puts it back over harder. It's on the line.
Point, Polar Bears. Ball was called inbounds.
All right, Green will get that serve right back over. Williams out of position.
Point, Eagles. Now serving for the Eagles, number 9, Edie Gerard.
Polar Bears maintain a 3-point lead, 16-13, as Gerard goes back to serve. Green tried. It's still in play, but comes back down off the basketball net.
Point, Eagles.
All right. Gerard puts the ball up. This one goes out of bounds, though.
Out of bounds. Point, Polar Bears. Now serving for the Polar Bears, number 12, Janice Justice.
All right, still in business here. Still a 3-point game. Justice with a nice high serve remains in bounds. Alexander's there for it. Up, low hit. Justice is there. It needs help. No one's there for it.
Point, Eagles. Now serving for the Eagles, number 6, Presley Vollendorf.
Vollendorf with a nice underhand there. Sellers gets the first hit. Green knocks it over hard, but they're there for it. Third hit's going over hard by Alexander. Lawrence gets it. Oh, it's still in play. Green saves it. And we're still going, ladies and gentlemen. Thought that one was over right there. A lighter hit there. Lawrence has the first. Oh, Justice trying to get out of the way. It was actually her ball to hit.
Point, Eagles.
Yeah, that was actually her ball to hit. And now Concord can tie it up with this point. Another nice underhand greens there, but it's not enough.
Point, Eagles.
So yeah, guys, the ball can be played off the net, just so you're aware. The ball's not dead till it hits the ground. All right. Another nice underhand. Williams is there, gets it up high. Justice with a second, and Pena Herrera will just barely knock it over.
Take Pena Herrera. Point, Polar Bears.
And Crowder will re-enter for the libero.
Now serving for the Polar Bears, the libero, number 3, Georgia Lawrence.
Polar Bears maintain a 1-point lead. Oh, that one is out of bounds.
Out of bounds, point, Polar Bears.
And Lawrence will continue to serve in this next one, 19-17. Second serve is over. Bringing it back into play. Uh-oh, that knocked it out, and that's going to be...
Point, Polar Bears.
No fourth hit, but didn't go over. So that point is ours, and Lawrence continues to serve, 20-17. Timeouts still do remain in this set, so we'll see what happens. Lawrence gets this one over nicely. This one's going to be played as Alexander will go with a nice strong hit. Lawrence can't be there for it.
Point, Eagles. Now serving for the Eagles, number 4, Emma Freeman.
Polar Bears maintain a 2-point lead. Pena Herrera get the second hit there. Still in play. Williams is going to knock it over. That is at the line. Oh, no, not going to work out.
Point, Eagles.
All right. Another nice underhand serve, but this one is short. Can't play the ball like that.
Point, Polar Bears. Now serving for the Polar Bears, number 9, Camden Williams.
21-19. Remember, if the Polar Bears win this set, we're going to be going to a third set, only for 15 points. That one's played. It's outside.
Out of bounds. Point, Polar Bears.
All right, we'll do this again, 22-19. We'll see if Camden can actually close this one out. And that one is also gone.
Point, Polar Bears.
And Williams will go for her third serve. You know, that third serve is usually very difficult because you're focused and everything, all the energy is there to possibly mess things up. But her third serve looks really good, and no one's there.
Point, Polar Bears. Timeout, Eagles.
And the Eagles will call timeout with the score at 24-19. So we're still rolling very well here. Let me make an announcement real quick.
Fans, in case you have family at home that want to watch this game, we are broadcasting live on UPA Multimedia via YouTube. You go to YouTube, look up UPA Multimedia, share the link with them so that they are able to watch. Thank you.
All right. Polar Bears will take the floor as they are yearning for game points. And Concord will come back out to try to save it.
Game point, Polar Bears.
has been given the direction to serve. Here we go. Serve is over, it's enough. And Concord can't take it.
That's the end of the second set. Your score at the end of set 2. Polar Bears 25, Eagles 19. Stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to a third set.
And we'll be right back with you shortly. I'll put on some music and let them warm up.
Fans, you should know that our club volleyball team has a home game coming up this Thursday. Still not sure who the opponent is on that, but there will be a game this Thursday. That'll be at 4:15 here in the gym. We will not be televising that game, so you have to be here to see it. Again, club team at 4:15 Thursday. My mind is telling me no, but the sport is telling me yes.
Fans, I know we are dealing with some spotty encoding. Like I said, this is my school computer, so it's just not doing what it needs to do. My apologies in advance. Not quite sure what's going on. Luckily, we're just in the middle of a game break here, so we'll be getting things back to normal shortly.
Fans, for those of you unfamiliar with volleyball, which I don't think there's anyone in here, the third set gets played.
Take the first point there. Nice level serve. Concord's there for a second hit return. Green needs some help. Williams knocks it back, and Rosario with it over.
Point, Polar Bears!
Get that second point off the error, and Green will get her third serve. And that third serve is so pinnacle in the game. Let's see what happens. All right, fans, we had some network failures on our side.
Point, Eagles.
You should be back up and running. For those of you just rejoining us, the score is tied 11-11, and the Eagles are currently serving in set 3. Nice underhand Carrera is there. Needs some help. Gets over Rosario with a hit, but it's not enough to be there. Oh, Williams misses.
Point, Eagles.
And the Eagles will continue to serve with a 12-11 score. Green with the first hit. Justice with the second. It has to go. Rosario is in the net though.
Point, Eagles. Now entering for the...
Okay, missed that sub call. 13-11. Eagles still in the lead. Trying to do something here, and oh, it's a center line violation.
Center line violation. Point, Eagles. Match point, Eagles.